All right. Okay. So we should be recording there. Remember, I'm still getting used to this on tablet system setup. So it's not the iPad. It's not the iMac. It's not none of that. This is the on, which is different, which is very new to me. We have the iPad and the tablet, which has the red little, but this one don't have that. So getting used to a new function with the on tablet, getting used to it, and it's becoming an understanding situation that it'll take time to get used to it. Okay. All right, so let's answer a couple viewers choice questions that got picked, by the way, by my doggies in the background that watches and they listen when the comments is being written out. My doggies, they chose your questions, and I've answered them to the best of my capability within a 15-minute time framed video. So that's how I've answered it, is by time frame answer, to be able to either expand or close out the question needing to be asked. Okay? So let's answer one of the viewer's choice that was chosen by one of my dogs, and that is Psalms 27, verse 1. And is how do you know what's coming up? And how do you know what's sin from this scripture compared to what's good, as in why it's written in such a short form? So that was the question asked, a very good question. However, what is the sin of Psalm 27, verse 1? It's the sin of those pretending to be psychologists and counselors through understood.org. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Whom shall I be afraid? That is the scripture of Psalms 127. Psalms 27, verse 1. Sorry. It flipped around. It moved around and it flipped around because of times. So it used to be Psalm 127, verse 1. Now it's Psalm 27, verse 1. So that means it's earlier than projected, as happened way back before Christ was born. Now it's now happening a lot earlier than Psalm 127, verse 1, where it used to be. Now it's happening in Psalm 27, verse 1. So, this is a military image, a tower, fortress, or fortified hilltop from which to resist an enemy. So, let me get that footage for you in picture graph, and that is in Saudi Arabia. And it's in the video, one of the videos where it says Rihanna selling a mansion, or Rihanna bought her mom a mansion. So it's in that video. So let me search what the image looks like. And it is this image right here. This is Psalms 27, verse 1. This is what's described in Psalms 27, verse 1. And this is, it says it's located in Barbados, but Barbados is Bahamas. It's Bahamas, Saudi Arabia. So, yes, that is Barbados expanded, but it is Bahamas, Saudi Arabia, in where this mansion is. But it is more of a military plane than it is a mansion, It is just a very eye capturing on the outside with how it's built in order to capture the human eye. But that is it. Psalms 27, verse 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Whom shall I be afraid? So, as I said, this is a military image, as I've shown you, a tower, fortress, or fortified hilltop from which to resist an enemy. David used it as a metaphor, meaning that David never lived there. But David used it as a metaphor for refuge and security to illustrate how God saves and protects us from evil in the form of homelessness, meaning that people have to keep their promise in giving you a place to live when you choose to follow them, even in the form of sin. So to say that this question was asked on February 8th, 2026, and it came from Saudi Arabia. Show me what Psalms 27 verse 1 looks like in photo today. That was the question and chosen by my dog, and that's the answer. That's what it looks like. So, David is a male who dressed as a female claiming to be Rihanna. This house, only males live there that are unruly and cause destruction to normal life in Saudi Arabia. So it looked good on the outside, but it keeps them locked up on the inside. So it's a prison for them. It's a prison. The address is 3200 RS in Saudi Arabia, 3121 MB, Da Kloba, Tower under Stone Fortress. No traveling allowed. The snake there usually attacks my daughter, and this is me flipping the visual of Psalm 27, verse 1. And I'm not warning you, I'm checkmating your ass this year. Checkmate. Leave my daughter alone. So, what do they tell my daughter to do through Burrell Beats, who's no longer in Canada, as the first form of checkmate? Attack your mother to get him to Canada to ask me if God is real or fake. Just as how this fortress is real in Saudi Arabia that you live in, God is very real to me. If you can see this fortress, God is real. Who is God in the form of Essence Makeup? Let's find out who the owner of Essence Makeup is. Let's figure that out. Image. Essence brand owner is da 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 da. By the way, he's the one that asked the question. You're the one that asked the question, and I'm answering your question. You are not the brand owner of Essence Makeup. No, you are not. As a matter of fact, the brand owner of Essence is Elon Musk. Elon Musk. And where is he at? Ask Elon Musk, and he owns the brand Essence. Essence makeup is created by Elon Musk, and Elon Musk, through creating Essence, gave me his leftover stuff, and that's how I began Fenty Beauty. So whatever mica that Elon had left over based off of the amount of people that he sold essence to that were a part of his team to produce essence graded products, essence graded GRADED. I got the rest of the mica and I created Fenty Beauty from out of Essence Mica, and what was left over out of the Essence Micas, I also created with Elon Musk Viva Color Beauty, which is now sold in Dollarama. So that is pretty much that to answer your question. And the other question that you had is, why does Essence Makeup exist if he gets to travel? Why does fake clothing to makeup exist? 32 Hillcroft Markham, 32 Forrester Brampton, pretending to be my dad. Let me ask you this question. Why are you using my dad's name in order to get mail to be let in this house? Hmm? You see, in 2025, when I said Alric Stewart is dead, I was talking about you. I was talking about you. Let's go back to who I was talking about. Let's go back there, okay? When I said in 2025 that Alric Stewart is dead, okay? When I said in 2025 Alric Stewart is dead, and I said that 2025 October, starting in about 2024, I was talking about you. You're not Alric Stewart. You're dead. You ain't never gonna get near this. You're dead. You understand me? You dead. So I've answered your question. Now quit calling me because I ain't interested. Bye. Thanks for asking the question, though. I hope I answered you very well, as that's probably where you're going as the unruly, if you make it.